The hot question. Does being in the gray area affect your mental health? And the answer is it does affect your mental health being in the gray area, because you meet people, you may have met somebody at work and they're cool. But when you're in the gray area and you meet them, they may be a totally different person. That's why you have to be careful. And you have to not build pre-notions about people. Don't put nothing past anybody, because you never know what another person's into. You never know what they got going on, because you're not with them 24/7. And what you got to understand is, as you get older, that's why it's good to build friendships when you're younger, because you know that person from 13, 14, and you still don't know from like 1 to 13 who that person is, but from 13 up to 35, 40, you know that person. But if you meet somebody at 35, you got to think from 1 to 35, you don't know what that person did, only what they tell you, if they even tell you. So you have to figure out or play the game of understanding what kind of person you're dealing with, whether a friend, whether a spouse, anybody. Dealing with work, the gray area, stuff that people don't talk about, the detailed stuff. People don't talk about that enough. It affects your mental health. Imagine working a job for years and you're making great money, and you get older and you're about to retire, and you can make one mistake and lose all of that. That will affect your mental health, because when you're working these jobs, you can mess up one time and it's gone just like that. That will affect your mental health. Dealing with people, you have to have a level of security within yourself. Insecurities will eat you alive in the gray area, because, like I say, in the gray area, nobody has to be nice to you. Nobody has to treat you right. You have to understand it before you go into the gray area. If you don't, that will mess with your mental health. Understanding that nobody is guaranteed to treat you any kind of way. Ain't no guarantees in the gray area. So the next one is, will it sharpen your perspective based on experiences and trials? It will. But you have to have a perspective to move, to keep moving, even when things suck, or you get you take a loss. A lot of times you gotta learn how to let stuff go. You gotta learn how not to hold on to stuff. I can't stress it enough. Some people say I can't let that go, but what I will suggest to you is, you never know what's tied to your health. Holding on to something probably can affect your health, just by holding on to something, just by not letting something go. It can sharpen your perspective based on how dealing with people. You kind of understand patterns and behaviors. Like, nobody's the same, but patterns and behaviors are similar in different character traits. A manipulator has behaviors and patterns that's similar across the board. A person that's that likes to control, a control freak, that's what they call them. They have patterns and behaviors that's similar across the board. What they call a narcissist will also have patterns. A person that use people, always asking for money or something. Patterns and behaviors. A person that's lazy. Patterns and behaviors. You don't have to know the person personally. You can just study their patterns and behaviors. And when you're dealing with people in the gray area, you kind of see those things, not from a judgmental standpoint, but taking in data to avoid or continue on dealing with this person based on their patterns and behaviors. Not from a judgmental standpoint, but from a beneficial standpoint. Is it going to benefit me to be around this person, or if it's going to put me at a disadvantage to be around this person? You have to answer those questions within your head. You have to make that decision as an individual. So let me know in the comments what you think about that.